We're going to go through one more problem before we actually try them out. And so let's look at this one. So it says, the superintendent of highways is further interested in the number of commercial vehicles that frequently use the county's highways. He obtains the information from the Department of Motor Vehicles for the month of September and finds that for every 14 commercial vehicles, there were 5 commercial vehicles. If there were 108 more non-commercial vehicles than commercial vehicles, how many of each type of vehicle frequently use the county's highway during the month of September? So again, I look at this and I'm like, whoa, lots of information. So I can see the only information I really need to know is where the numbers are at. 14 non-commercial vehicles for every 5 commercial, and there were 108 more vehicles. So here I wrote down my important information. You can see 14 non-commercial, 5 commercial, and 108 more non-commercial. Now, if you remember on the last one, it said a total, and this one says more than. This is a little bit different. You don't have a total, you have more than. So we're actually going to go through it because it can be a little bit tricky. So this time we're not going to worry about our ratios. We're just going to go in and we're going to make our tape diagram. So again, we're going to make a tape diagram. So I need to have 14 boxes and 5 boxes for non-commercial and commercial. There I go. There's my 14 and 5. Again, I like to make them equal because they're all going to be an equal amount in the end. You can make it so that they're not. You can say that it goes like this. I just don't like it because it doesn't show it correctly. So I'm going to move it back there. So now we got our 14 to 5. Okay, so we go on and we have our tape diagram. Now, this is where the 108 more comes in. Here's our 108 more vehicles. So you can see it says 108 more vehicles right there. And here is where 108 more come into play. There's 108 more. So there will be so many here, and there's 108 in those, okay? So that is the tricky part. So if you see the more than, that is what it's going to mean. So let's go on and solve it now. So we know there's 108 here, so we need to first ask, how many boxes are there in the more than section? So how many boxes are in this 108 more than section? Well, you can count or you can go 14 minus 5 and you're going to get 9 boxes, okay? So that's important. So now we're going to figure out how much is in each of these 9 boxes. So if you have 108 total and there's 9 boxes, to find out how much is in each, you're going to divide. So let's divide that out. So 108 divided by 9 is going to be 12. So in each of these boxes, it's 12. So let's look and see what that looks like. So we add our 12 here. Well, if there's 12 in each of these boxes, and since every box is equal, that means that all the rest of the boxes have to be 12 like that. Whoa, look at that. Every box is 12. We found that by doing 108 from right here divided by the 9 boxes that are up here, okay? So then we go through and we got to look and see what was the final question? What was the last question in our little problem up here? So our problem, whoa, lots of things. We're only looking at how many of each vehicle frequently uses the highway superintendent system. So let's go and figure that out. So let's see. If you have 12 and there are 14 boxes, you can go 12 plus 12 plus 12 14 times, or you can do multiplication. 12 times 14, and that's going to be 168. And then for this one, there's 5 of them, so 12 times 5 is 60. So you can see if you go 168 minus 60, there are 108 more vehicles of the non-commercial. And so that's how you solve a problem like this. Now, you are going to try some problems next since we've gone through these 2 examples, and hopefully you can do them.